Hey folks, my name is Sean and this is my 2020 Model Y. I just picked this up about a week ago, and a few days ago I made a video about quality issues comparing how my car looks like today to how other Tesla owners in the past about their issues that they had at delivery. And so I made a comparison, and I pointed out a bunch of stuff, but I forgot to point out the paint issue, and I wasn't aware of the white paint issue until I saw a lot of comments about it. And so this is kind of my video going over the white paint issue. I just washed the car, and I'm in a parking lot, and this is like 5 p.m. in California, and so it's pretty sunny right now. So in direct sunlight, if you look at it, the paint between the car itself, the metal and the bumper, in direct sunlight you can't really tell. It looks completely white, and for me, like, my expertise is not car painting. In the past I've actually painted a few cars, and I know that even with the same paint code, same paint, same bucket of paint, if you paint metal versus plastic, it's still going to come out a little different. But like I said, that's not my expertise. I've just did some DIY stuff. So now at this angle where it's kind of not direct sunlight, you can kind of tell that the bumper is a little different than the rest of the car. So the bumper looks like a shade darker than the rest of the car at this angle, and then at a different angle it looks like it's a shade lighter than the rest of the car at this angle. And so this is not direct sunlight, this is actually kind of off to the side. So as we come around to the back of the car, which is like direct sunlight facing directly at the sun, you can take a look at the metal of the trunk to the bumper, and it looks exactly the same. And so when it's in direct sunlight, it's very hard to tell that it's a different shade. And I believe most of the comments were about the bumper versus the rest of the car, and the rest of the car is metal. And so if you look at direct sunlight, I would say it's very hard to tell that there are different shades. But as we kind of go around to the left side here, you can tell that in the shade itself, it is a different tint as far as the color. And so again, going back, looking at the car directly, direct sunlight, it's very hard to tell. Even if you're looking at the bumper, the bottom bumper versus the metal trunk, they look exactly the same in my eyes. And like I said, I'm not an expert, but it's just my take on it. And again, this has not been edited, so it's just how the camera sees it, and this is how I'm showing it to you guys. So let's take one more look at this left side again. Again, not in direct sunlight, it's kind of off to the side here. And you can see that there's a slight tint difference here. You guys are right in the comments that Tesla is still, the paint is still off. So let me go around to the front of the car and take a look at how the front bumper looks like. So from this angle in the shade itself, it's very hard to tell that they are different tints. I think it's more noticeable for me. I think it's more noticeable on the rear bumper. The front bumper, it's harder to tell that they're probably a different shade. But I mean, we're being extremely picky here. And I've seen it in the comments too, where I think for most people this paint quality is acceptable, and for some it's not, right? And for some, if this is not okay with you, then I don't think Tesla's ready for you to buy their cars just yet. You might have to wait for Tesla to bring their state of the art painting factory to the US, or I think the next one's going to be in Berlin. So we'll have to wait until they build that Berlin factory to see if it's any better than what we currently have today. And so, but I mean, this is just my take on it. This is how it looks like in real life. This is 6 months after production of the Model Y, and this is VIN number 53,000, and so roughly 50,000 of these have been built. And this is kind of their status today. For the most part, the car is good. It's not perfect. There's still a few things that they need to work out, and we'll see if it gets better. So I'll do one more walk around of the car just so you can take a look and examine it for yourself on what you think of the paint quality. For me, I'm right outside my 7-day window, so there's no way for me to return the car at this time, but it is acceptable to me, and so that my standards have been met. For me, I'm more of a tech guy versus I wouldn't say tech over quality, but I think this Model Y is the most sophisticated car out there, and so I bought it for the tech. Other people who may want quality may have to wait a little longer before we get there, but for me, it's all about the full self-driving and what the car can do and what the technology is gonna do in the near future here. And so this is kind of my take on it. If you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. And maybe comment below if you would return the car or if you would keep it. I'm interested to see in what people's thinking, what people feel out there. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, and one last thing to note, when I came home and parked my car in my garage, I was able to see the shade difference as well too. And so in plain daylight without being directly in the sun, you can kind of tell that it is a little off when it's parked in the garage. Thanks for watching. Bye.